Welcome to Lecture 2.3. This is where the talking stops and the typing starts. You're about to put your hands on a live Cisco router and run your first real iOS commands. No more theory slides about what a router does. We're logging in, navigating the prompt, and learning the language every network engineer speaks. Let's get to work. And before we touch a single command, understand why we're doing it this way. Every serious Cisco device in production, from a tiny branch router to a data center core switch, is configured through the command line. The GUI might feel friendlier at first, but the CLI is scriptable, faster, works over SSH from anywhere, and looks the same on every box you'll ever touch. This is what the pros use. So if you're aiming to be a network engineer, the CLI is your home. Once you're at that CLI, the first thing to learn is that Cisco IOS isn't one flat space. It's a hierarchy of 4 modes, and your prompt tells you exactly where you stand. Router greater than means user exec, read-only territory. The hash sign means privileged exec, where you can reload and debug. Add config in parentheses, and you're in global config, making device-wide changes. Add config if, and you've dropped into a subconfig for one specific interface or feature. Read the prompt. It's your map. And once you can read the map, you need to move around it. And that takes just 3 commands. Enable walks you up from user to privileged. Configure terminal, or conf-t if you're in a hurry, drops you into global config. Exit steps back 1 level at a time, while end shortcuts you straight back to privileged exec, no matter how deep you've gone. Up, down, and a fast escape. That's your whole navigation toolkit. Now here's the single most powerful key on a Cisco device: the question mark. Forget memorizing every command. The iOS will tell you what it knows, if you just ask. Type a question mark by itself and you get every command available in your current mode. Type a few letters followed by a question mark, like esh, and it lists everything starting with those letters. And type a full command, a space, then a question mark, and iOS shows you what legally comes next. 1 key, 3 superpowers. Use it constantly. Once you're fluent with the question mark, the next step is typing less to do more. Tab completion finishes any command for you. Type conf and hit tab. iOS fills in configure. Abbreviations go even further. Type just enough letters to be unique, and iOS accepts it. Conf to runs configure terminal, and the up arrow recalls your previous commands instantly. Real engineers almost never type commands in full. Shrun beats show running config every single time. Over a career, that's hours of your life back. Now let's put it all together. Your first complete configuration, start to finish. 8 commands, 5 minutes, and you've got a named router with a live IP address. Watch the prompt change as you go. From router at user mode to router, after enable, to router config. Once you're in global config, then config if when you drop into the interface. That prompt is your map. It tells you exactly where you are. End brings you back to privileged mode, and write memory saves your work to startup config so it survives a reboot. Skip that last step and your config dies with the next power cycle. You've configured the box, now prove it works. 3 commands, every engineer, every time. Show IP interface brief gives you a 1-line snapshot of every interface. IP, status, protocol. If it's up, you're good. Administratively down means someone hasn't issued no shutdown yet. Show running config dumps the live configuration straight from RAM, so you can confirm your changes actually took. And show version tells you the iOS, the hardware, and the uptime. Essential context before you touch anything in production. Learn the short forms, esh ipntbr, esh run, esh vir, because you'll type these thousands of times. Now here's the trap that catches every beginner. Cisco IOS keeps 2 configurations. The running config lives in RAM, it's everything you've typed so far, and it vanishes the moment the switch loses power. The startup config lives in NVRAM. and that's what loads on boot. So if you don't copy one to the other, your hour of work is gone. Burn this into muscle memory. Write memory, or the longer form, copy running config startup config. Type it after every change, every single time. And speaking of habits, let me save you weeks of frustration. Here are the 5 mistakes I see in every single classroom. Forgetting no shutdown. Interfaces are dead by default, you have to wake them up. Typing commands in the wrong mode. Read the prompt, it's literally telling you where you are. Not saving. We just covered that one. Using exit when end gets you to privileged mode in one keystroke. And panicking at error messages instead of reading them. Every senior engineer has made all 5. The difference? They made them once. All right, enough watching. Time to do. Open Packet Tracer, drop a router on the canvas and walk through it. Rename it to R1, give Guy 0 the address 192.168.10.124, bring the interface up with no shutdown, save with write memory, and verify with show IP interface brief. You'll know it worked when the prompt reads R1 borrow, GIZO 0 shows up, your IP sits next to it, write memory confirms. Okay. And the big one. You reboot and the config is still there. That last check is what separates a real save from wishful thinking. And that's the moment worth sitting with. You just configured a router. You speak Cisco now. Everything else, every protocol, every feature, every advanced topic ahead of you in this course is just vocabulary built on the foundation you laid today. In the next lecture, we'll tackle saving, reloading, and managing your first lab properly. See you in Lecture 2.4.